Hey guys, we're going to be checking out the Tenicor Zero belt, which is on my left hand, and we're going to be checking out the Mastermind Specialist belt right over here. So let's get right into it. So we're going to cover the price first for both of these belts. So let's just start off with the Tenicor Zero belt. It starts at $80 before tax and shipping, and the Mastermind Specialist belt is $36 before tax and shipping. And one thing to note with the Mastermind Specialist belt, when you order this, it will come with a free elastic keeper, because the way Mastermind intends for you to carry it is like a traditional belt where it doesn't go behind the loop, but it goes across just like a typical one. And I will show you guys a picture of that right now. And the Tenicor Zero does not come with the elastic keeper. Now for both belts, they come with two color options that you prefer. So you could either have a black one, as I do in this case, I have black for both of them, or both of them also come in a coyote color if you prefer that. Those are the two colors that are offered for these belts. Another thing that you want to keep in mind with these belts is that they have different rigidity versions. So the Tenicor and the Mastermind both come with a standard or a rigid version. Now, if you keep in mind, rigid will cost you more. So the Tenicor will cost $90 and the Mastermind will cost $45 should you choose to go with the rigid version. But for me, in my case, I just run the standard original rigidity. I don't run the extra hard ones or anything, just the standard version, and they both work fine for me. So for both of these belts, buying your size is actually really easy. All you do is you just order your pant size. So for the Tenicor Zero and the Mastermind, as you see right here, both of them are in size 36 because that's my pant size, and it's really easy. You don't have to worry about trimming anything off the tail or the front. Just buy your pant size and you're good to go for either of these belts. So let's look at the material of both belts. So I'm gonna put the Mastermind up real quick, and we'll start with the Tenicor Zero belt. So this is the material that it comes in. It kind of has that airplane seat belt. If you've ever been on an airplane before, it kind of has that same feeling. The material for the Tenicor Zero belt, it's not uncomfortable, and it works just fine if you wear it just on your jeans or whatever. Even behind your sweatpants, it's no problem. Yeah, and that's pretty much how I would describe it. It's like an airplane seat belt. It just has the texture like that. And this is, I don't know if this will help you guys, but this is kind of what it sounds like if I just rub my fingers against it. If I scratch it with my fingernail. That's how it looks like from the top. So this is the back. This is the front. And then now, let's look at the Mastermind Specialist belt, which this is a little bit different material. This one reminds me of on amusement park rides, you know, the ones where this one also reminds me of the same airplane seat belt, but this one is more smooth. As you can see, if I'm going to rub my fingers, you can hear it. Kind of, that's what it sounds like. They definitely look different, but as far as comfort goes, these both feel very comfortable. So you can't go wrong for either one. So now let's go ahead and just look at the buckles for both of these. So this is the Tenicor right here on my left, and on my right I have the Mastermind. So an interesting thing is when I was watching videos about the Tenicor Zero, I thought this was a plastic belt loop, and I thought it was going to be very flimsy and it might break because you see how thin it is. But actually this is it's a metal buckle, and you don't have to worry about this thing bending out of shape. Or you see how hard I'm trying to bend it right now? Nothing. And for the Mastermind, it is the same thing. As you can see, this is a lot. So the size difference for this belt is actually, it looks, so the buckles for both of these actually look pretty much the same size, but the Tenicor just has 0 on it, and the Mastermind has USA on it. Oh, by the way, both of these are made in the USA, in case you're wondering. And then the Mastermind is also metal, and it's not going to bend. Neither of these belt buckles you're going to have to worry about deforming or anything. They're going to be just fine. Alright guys, so with all of that basic stuff out of the way, let's go ahead and change the camera angle, and let's show you guys how it looks on jeans. Let's go. And here I'm just showing you guys my pant size is 36 by 30. So here we have the Tenicor Zero belt, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that on my belt loops. So all you do is you put it on just like a regular belt. It's nothing crazy. So I'm gonna go ahead and thread it through the loops of my jeans right here. So when you get to this stage, this is where you get kind of the freedom of what you want to do with this belt. So I heard some people like to thread it just like a normal belt, just like this. So you guys see how it goes through just like a normal belt. But I personally don't like using this because it always leaves a bit of the tail at the end, and it kind of gives, when I put my shirt over it, it looks like it has a kind of a belt erection, so I don't really like to do it that way. The way that I like to do it, and the way that probably many of you guys, if you decide to invest in this belt, is you're gonna wanna thread it underneath, just like this. So you see it's going underneath my jean loops, just like that. And then you just grab from the bottom and then grab the buckle with your right hand and just pull. Or at least that's how I do it. If you guys know a better way of doing it, then let me know in the comments. I would love to know. So just like this, you can see it's very easy to move. It's easy to move the buckle across the loops. Did you guys see that? Very easy to adjust and move around. And I personally kind of like to leave it near my left hip bone area. But just like that, guys, and look at all the space I have to put whatever tools I want. So let's go ahead and get the tools on the Zero belt. All right, guys, so typically the first thing that I'm gonna put in is my carry gun. So let's go ahead and do that. Insert my holster and my gun, just like that. As you can see, this belt, I mean, at first I thought it was pretty flimsy. It wasn't gonna be able to hold a Glock 19, but I'll remind you guys, this is the standard version of the Tenicor Zero belt. No problem whatsoever. This is a Glock 19 fully loaded. And we're gonna go ahead and also put in my Rush Carry pepper spray that, if you guys watched my EDC video, then you'll know what it is. Usually I like to put it on the right side of my belt, just like this. Boom, there you go. And then the last thing I put on my belt is my clinch pick, which is also one of my short videos, if you guys seen that. Just like that. There you go. Go ahead and put my hoodie over it. And guys, that's it. I mean, the clinch pick kind of prints, but oh well. As you guys can see, there's all of the stuff on my belt. This is the Tenicor Zero belt. Here it is. See? No sagging. Now there was one thing I noticed as I was taking all of my stuff off my belt, is that the Rush Carry, so if you carry something like this, on this belt, it seems to shift a little bit, especially when you're crouching down, walking around. Sometimes this might move because it's not gripping the entirety of the belt, or the belt might be a little thin, and it might do that. So when you're going to draw this thing, you see it move, and when I push it back, when I'm reholstering the pepper spray, did you guys see that, how it moves? So if you carry something like this, that is something you have to keep in mind. All right, guys, now we're gonna move on to the Mastermind Specialist belt, and let's go ahead and put this on the jeans and see how it looks. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and tighten the Specialist belt. Oh, and there's one thing I wanted to say, and I forgot to say it with the Zero belt, but if you're concerned about the belt slipping through the buckle, I'm here to tell you, don't worry about that. Rest assured, it will stay put. This is the same for the Zero belt as well, okay? But I'm gonna demonstrate on the Specialist. So you just put it in, watch, it's not coming out. No matter how hard you tug on it, it's not coming out unless if you purposefully grab the buckle and turn it, then it'll come out. So don't worry about that. Anyways, so let's go ahead and make this tight. As you can see, just like the Zero belt, it moves across my belt loops very easily. No problem, no sweat. See, there you go. It's resting on the side that I prefer it on. Let's go ahead and start putting the same tools on the Mastermind belt. So here we go. There we go. And guys, here it is. Here's the Mastermind Specialist belt. honestly guys, I really don't feel any different. It literally is the same thing. Just literally the material of the belt feels different, but other, you know, the adjustment, the buckle, the way it feels, it literally feels the same. And guys, see, there you go, here it is. No sagging either, see? I'm trying to push it out, no, see? Glock 19, literally the same thing you just saw on the Zero belt, same thing on the Specialist. I don't have a extra magazine pouch, but I imagine if you did, it's gonna be the same thing. There's gonna be no difference. So if you have just a Glock 19 or something similar to that in a mag pouch, you're good to go. You don't need to worry. All right, guys, and there's one more little bonus that I want to show you. So with both of these belts, because the buckle is so slim and low profile, there's actually a hack you could do with it. And let me show you real quick. Now I've switched to my sweatpants, which is what I was wearing originally before I put the jeans on. But let's go ahead and take the Specialist belt first. You can use this belt as a sweatpant carry. You don't need to, you know, I'd seen people use the Folster Enigma. Well, this is pretty much just like that. You can carry anything you want with this belt, just like this. You put it underneath your sweatpants. So there you guys have it. There's my quick comparison of the Tenicor Zero belt and the Mastermind Specialist belt. And honestly, if someone were to ask me which one would I choose, honestly, I would pick the Mastermind Specialist belt for two reasons. One is because of its price point. You know, this is much more affordable than the Tenicor Zero. And as of right now, as I'm filming, this is still in stock. As opposed to the Tenicor Zero, which I have seen many times, it is always out of stock, and the price is much more higher than the Specialist, when both of them pretty much operate and are used the same way. Honestly, I don't see any difference at all using the Specialist and the Zero. I've worn both for extended amount of time, and at the end of the day, I can confidently say that I would prefer the Mastermind Specialist over the Tenicor Zero because of the lower price, and it also serves the same function as the Tenicor Zero belt. And on top of that, if you buy 2 or 3 of these, it's gonna equal the same price as the Zero belt, so you could get more of the Specialist belt than just one of the Zero. But if you like to support Tenicor and you want to keep buying their products, hey, more power to you. Absolutely, you should. But in my opinion, the Specialist belt definitely beats them. So guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys, if you're looking into these type of belts, I hope you can make a decision. And guys, be safe, be aware, and be a good citizen. I'll catch you guys next time.